Welcome back everyone to Welstopia. I've used my spider farm quite a bit and got quite a good amount of string. No, that's not it. I also managed to turn a great deal of it into wool, and that is probably more than I need for a while, and plenty in which to make the banners I need because I wish to make some banners for the Earth Temple. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them and place them in the area of the Earth Temple. In the original module, the floors have a pattern, a triangle pattern that goes along around here, starting about halfway and then turning up here and going like that. Now that's not going to be practical in this particular case, so therefore what I'm going to be doing is going to be placing them starting from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have a total of 7 of these going along like this, and decorating the walls instead of having the triangles that are decorating the floor. So I could do the same thing on the other end. I'm going to have to do something about this wall, aren't I? Yeah, I will have to do something about that wall because that looks out of place now. Like so. So therefore, we have that going along there. Now I'm going to do something about this wall concerning these passages here. These are not going to be the permanent positions for these passages because this thing goes downstairs, and so therefore I could have a link to it from the second floor. That looks a little bit better. I moved the open passage a little bit, and I placed a banner over it. So therefore, for now, it's concealed. When I make the new entrance, then I could just close it up completely. And now I can head downstairs to the spider farm whenever I need to use that. Now, what's this passage for? And that is, since the last episode, I managed to find this, which is a skeleton spawner. And it's right next to the ravine here, which is going to be a little problematic. But I was wondering, what can I do with it? I've got 2 other skeleton spawners inside of my base area. One of them is way down in the mines, and it's so far down it's not going to be an easy place to be able to turn into anything useful because of the distance traveled, is it worth it and all. The other one, which is way on the east side of the base, is near where I have the pearl toss course. And in the pearl toss course, I was thinking that one could be turned into a game where you are trying to shoot the skeletons or something like that, similar to the little mini games that I did with the zombie spawner and the first spider spawner I had. And I think I'm getting enough arrows and enough bone for my needs here, so I don't need a huge amount. So creating a simple farm like I did for the spider one, I don't think is the real choice. What I really need is experience, because these mining sessions and all, they are tearing up my tools. I have to go back, go and get them mended and all, and maybe if I had an XP farm, I could be able to take care of that. So I'm going to turn this into an XP farm. Now, this is, I believe, technically close enough to the spider spawner that I could find one spot, if my calculations are right, where I can activate both at the same time. And if I were in any way, shape, or form short on wool or string at the moment, that's what I'd do. But right now, if it's a choice between simple design for this and getting them both active at the same time, I'm going to go with the simplest design I can have for this farm so I can have a nice, simple XP farm in which to help to mend my tools. That is my entire purpose there. So now I need to get to work. Now that we have our big ugly hole, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig down for 12. So this is 1. Do this carefully. Side by side 2. And I'm going to go down for 12. And this is where I'm going to be placing our killing room. And the reason for 12 is I want to be able to get some damage done by the skeletons as they fall. But I don't want it to go so far down that I'll be, of course, out of range of the spawner. So I think 12 will be just about right. Here we are at the killing level. This torch right here represents 12. So I cut down a little bit too low, but I will probably be building that up as I go along. So I could go with that for now. Next thing I want to do is to get this section back up here so that I have only a single hole right there. And I also cut this little way down to there. Obviously I'll have to pretty this up at some point, but for the moment this will do. Good. Now for the killing mechanism, this is just going to be a simple drop. Nothing fancy whatsoever. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a chest. Thought I had one here somewhere. Probably left it upstairs. There we go. Let's just chop this out. Put these 2 here. Put on a hopper. And that's basically what we need. Probably I should step on right there. And I think that's the basic mechanism that I'll be needing. So let me light that up. I don't know if those torches are going to give me a problem because I just realized that I left the torches on. Well, I have to remove those and then I could start to turn this thing on. Now I think all I need to do is to get rid of the torches and to add water. Now what I'm going to start with is getting rid of those 4. I'm going to try putting down ice blocks. And I'm thinking that the ice will melt. That when the ice melts, it'll wash away the rest of the torches. And I don't have to worry about skeletons popping up before then, because there are a couple of spawnable locations there. I'll hold on to that. Now, do those blocks melt? Ah! The first one has melted. Now, unfortunately, I've got a skeleton there that has decided to go after me. Yeah. Well, soon the water on the other side will also melt, which should get rid of... Yeah, okay, that's number 3. I guess I'll have to close that up now. Good. So now let's head downstairs. Oh, good. It brought the torches with it. And now... my first customer! The question is, will I get any customers? There are my blocks, there are my torches, and a couple of arrows, because I'm certainly going to be piling in a lot of those. And now the question is, does the whole thing really work? Because I was standing, of course, right next to it when the first one spawned. Now I'm only getting one at a time. I was hoping to get more than that. Well, I'm going to test this out a little bit and see what I get. In 15 minutes time, I managed to gather 3 stacks of arrows, 3 stacks of bones. These are items from before I started the timer. Quite a number of arrows, including 2 enchanted ones, 2 pieces of armor. And I managed to get my primary pickaxe up to full. So therefore, I think it's giving me pretty good rates. In fact, the drops on the bones and arrows are a little bit faster than I was expecting, so that was a little unexpected. But I do have looting too, so perhaps that was an effect on that matter. So the drop rates are about what I'm expecting. And I'm getting decent enough XP on it. It's not fabulous on there, but considering how long I would have to take in order to leave for a place where I get faster XP and then come back and all that travel time, I think this is a pretty good option for me. So therefore, that is my little quickie skeleton spawner. It is not any particular great masterpiece of building, but it gets the job done. So I will probably work on this and pre it up when I do the second level of the dungeon, because eventually I'm going to bring this into the tie this into the second level, because that's about where we are right now. So I'm between the second and third level of the dungeon. So I'll probably bring it into there rather than into the first, because the first level, yes, this way, because the first level I don't think is going to quite fit into what I have in mind in there, and that's why I'm currently hiding this particular area. And next episode we are going to be finishing up the first level. This was an extra episode, not on the original schedule, because the hardcore challenge ended a little bit earlier than I had hoped. But I thought I'd show you the making of the skeleton farm and how I'm going along so far. Next time we are going to finish up what little few details we've got left on the first level. Then we are going to give a little tour to see all that we have about here, and we could call it complete and end the year on a nice note there. And that'll all be in the next episode of Pineleaf Plays Minecraft Welstopia.